Thank you, Mark. For a welcoming hymn, if you could open your teal hymn book to number 1017, Building a New Way.
Okay, oh, there it is. We are building a new way. We are building a new way. We are building a new way, feeling stronger every day. We are building a new way. We are working to be free. We are working to be free. We are working to be free. Hate and greed and jealousy. We are working to be free. We can feed our every need. We can feed our every need. We can feed our every need. Start with love, that is the seed. We can feed our every need. Peace and freedom is our cry. Peace and freedom is our cry. Peace and freedom is our cry. Without these, this world will die. Peace and freedom is our cry.
Good morning, everyone. The welcome is written by Chip Roosh. Be here in this moment. We are about to enter sacred time. We are about to make this time and this place sacred by our presence and intention. Please turn off or silence your phones. And as you do, I invite you to also turn down the volume of our fears. Remove our masks and loosen the armor around our hearts. Don't take my word for it. Do it as slowly as you need to. If you take a little risk with these good people, you may find that they have the same human needs as you do. Breathe. Let go of the expectations you placed on that are placed on you by others and by those they taught you to place on yourself. Drop the guilt and the shame. Do not shrink from accountability, but an honest expectation of the possibility of forgiveness. Let go of the one thing you said the other day. Let go of the thing that you dread next week. Be here in this moment. Breathe here. I'm Jennifer, your worship associate this morning, and I'd like you to introduce you to those on the worship team. Mark, our wonderful musician. In the back, we have Nancy on in-house tech. And at home, we have Molly to connect us to the folks at home. I would like you to stand if you're willing and able, because I would like us to welcome in the elements in celebration of the solstice to come. And first, when you stand, face that direction that I'm facing for the north. And repeat the words after me. I call on the element of the earth. Bring your stability and resilience to my magic today. Now turn to your right and face in this direction. Then I walked to the left for my water and say, I will call on the element of water. I will call on the element of water. Bring your fluidity and compassion to my magic today. And then turn right again. I call on the element of fire. Bring the light and heat of your transformative energy to my magic today. And turn again. I call on the element of air. Bring me mental clarity as I perform my magic today. Come back to circle. And you can be seated. Now, are there any church-related announcements? Please come to the microphone so those at home can hear better.
Good morning. First, I want to apologize for my voice. There was a lot of really good music this weekend, and I got very excited last night and was singing along, and then I woke up this morning and my throat was a little hoarse, so just forgive me for that. This morning, we are going to start our RE classes. We're using the nursery space. I want to give a huge shout out to Malie Ackman for helping me create a space that we can actually have class in for the summer. We're just going to do a lot of get to know you activities and things. And then just after service is over, just come get your kiddos if they want to come with us. If not, they can stay in here. But we're going to have some fun back there. So if they want to come after the story for all ages, we are going to kind of sing the kids out. We used to sing this song. If Mark would help me really quick, I'm going to kind of teach it to you, but please forgive my voice. It is also in the hymnal. It is 413. If you want to follow along in there, the words are a little different. In the words in the hymnal, it says love of God, but we say spirit of life. Or spirit of love, sorry. Go now in peace, go now in peace. May the spirit of love surround you everywhere, everywhere you may go. So we're only going to do it once when we sing the kids out, but I'm going to do it one more time with Mark. That way we can kind of get the hang of it, because this is going to be a regular thing. All right, ready? Go now in peace, go now in peace. May the spirit of love surround you everywhere, everywhere you may go. I love it. Thank you. So whichever kids want to go with us after the story, we'll just be back there in the nursery. And then after service is over, once community time starts, you can come get your kids, and that'll be that. So thank you.
Good morning. As a reminder, to be a green congregation, we do have a box in the lobby to bring your old razor blades, your old razors. Doesn't matter which brand, the box says Gillette, but Gillette's just the sponsor. So we'll take any razor blades, put in there. Once the box is full, we will mail that off to TerraCycle, and they recycle all that metal and plastic so it doesn't go into a landfill or harm our sanitation workers when bags break and things like that. Also, we have fair trade coffee to sell to help support the Unitarian Universalist Service Committee. And I would like to thank everyone that marched in the parade a week ago Saturday. We were very active in the Pride Parade and the Pride Festival downtown for River City Pride. We gave away a lot of fans. If you need a fan, there's some in the lobby. We gave away we have great pens, so go get a pen if you need a pen. So thank you all for being there.
You really talks up there. Good morning. I have announced this several times before, but on Tuesday, we will be having lunch with Mary Helen and Dennis at Thai Papaya Restaurant at noon. Sign-ups were due last Tuesday, but we have had one cancellation. So if you were kind of thinking you'd like to go and haven't signed up yet, I can fit in one more person. By Tuesday, I need confirmation for who is planning to go to Friends Night Out on the 27th. And that is at the Farmer and the Frenchman, just outside of Henderson. It is a fabulous place. It's a winery. It's a beautiful restaurant. It's beautiful grounds. If you have not been there, you should plan to join us. If you have been there, you know you should plan to join us. We don't have too many people going. We had to make it on a Tuesday night, and we had to make it at 6 o'clock, even though it's a little further away, because it's real tough to get reservations for a group there. And I don't have too many people signed up, so there's plenty of space in our estimated reservation. So if you haven't signed up and you want to go, please sign up today. If you really don't know, contact me personally by Tuesday, and I'm going to call and confirm our final reservation at that time. Thank you.
So this is the announcement I started to make last week. On the third Sunday of each month, we do what we call a plate share. Any cash that's in the plate that's not designated as pledge goes to an organization. For the month of June, the organization is Greater Evansville Youth, which is doing a fantastic job of supporting the queer children of Evansville. And so something to keep in mind. And then chairs, that's what I was going to say. On Saturday, so everyone enjoy how lovely these chairs are. Remember, we had those old chairs that have been taking up one of Ashley's RE rooms. And so on Saturday, I'm going to have a chair sale here at church from 1 to 5. And we'll just sell as many of them as we can. The starting price is $5 for one. And if you buy in quantity, then the price goes down a little bit. It will be your part of that'll be the day. If for members of this church and the friends, if you want chairs and aren't going to be able to be there, talk to me and I'll see if I can work something out. But for the rest of the community, it's going to be 4 hours on Saturday, and that's their chance. So I think that's all.
Molly, do we have any church-related announcements online?
We do not.
And I also want to bring your attention to the announcements that are on our website at www.uuevansville.org. And you can also sign up to receive an email of the weekly announcements if you have not already done so. Now, please bring our welcoming statement into action by taking a few moments to greet each other here in the site. And hello, everyone online. What?
Century music is gonna do on guitar for a change.
Yeah. I'm gonna give him one more little bit. Whew. We are blessed by musical talent. And can I ask for a volunteer for the lighting of the chalice, please? The chalice reading is by Peter Fredericks, and it's titled, "We Light Our Chalice for Fathers and Fatherhood." For sleepless nights awaiting the curfew breakers, for anxious hours as a driving instructor, for hours spent on sidelines cheering and watching school plays, sometimes resting our eyes. For the pressure of breadwinning and wait until your father gets home, for teaching moments and mentoring moments, for making up answers when you just don't know, for but are expected to know because you know everything, for scrapes and boo-boo kisses and band-aids, for hugs and kisses and silliness and play, for bedtime stories and early morning ice time, for all the aftershaves and ties received as gifts, for handing over car keys and waves goodbye, for father-daughter wedding dances and cradling grandchildren for the first time, for all the moments and all the meanings in the role of a lifetime. We light our chalice for fathers and for fatherhood. And now is the time for the offertory. May I have 2 volunteers? And remember that the offering will be going towards Greater Youth Evansville if it's not designated as a pledge. Thank you, David, and thank you for your gifts. And now is the time for the story for all ages. Do we still have the boom? Would it be helpful to use the boom mic?
As long as it's here, it couldn't hurt. Or I can just project. I want to talk to all of you. So, who knows what today is? Nobody? You know what today is? What is it? It's Father's. Who know what today is? What is it? Good job. Okay. And how many of you remember your father? How many of you saw him today? It's kind of easy to remember him when you see him today, right? Yesterday? Yesterday's close enough. And how many of you know your father's father? You know who your father's father is? Yeah, who's your father's father? Yeah, okay. But probably you know him as grandpa, yeah, or grandfather or something like that. Do you remember your grandfather? Yeah. How about, did you know that your grandfather had a father? Do you ever think about that? Do you remember him? No. Okay. Well, how many of you remember something that your father taught you? Good. Do you want to tell me? No? Okay. Do you want to tell me? No, but you remember that he taught you things. And his father taught him things, and his father taught him things, and all of those things affect you because they came down through the fathers, right? How many fathers do you think we go back to the beginning of time? I don't know. Anybody have a guess? A lot is a good answer. Okay, this is called Always Remember, and it's about a turtle, and it's about the turtle that started it all. This is the father of the fathers of the fathers in this book, okay? In the end, on this very last day, Old Turtle swam his last swim and took his last breath. With his life complete, the gentle waves took him away, and by dawn, everyone who knew Old Turtle knew he was gone. Everybody. The otters would always remember. Oh, yeah, thank you for nudging me. There's the otters swimming and having a good time and remembering the Old Turtle taught them to do that. The dolphins remembered how Old Turtle was curious about the unknown and bravely swam far out to sea. The Old Turtle explored the darkest of the water and discovered glittery jewels to show his friends. You get to it first since you're my helper here. Okay, there's the dolphins going out to sea, way, way, way out to sea. Have you ever seen dolphins at the beach or in an aquarium? They also go far, far out to sea. And the dolphins would always remember. There's dolphins swimming around a shipwreck way out in the sea, but they remember that Old Turtle taught them how to do that. Once a terrible storm tossed and turned the ocean for 3 long days and nights. A starfish was torn from her rock and swept away. When the waves became calm again, Old Turtle looked for her and found her and carried her home. The poor starfish got swept far, far away from her rock, but Old Turtle brought her home. And the starfish would always remember. There's the starfish when the sun came out and the starfish is home. When Old Turtle found a manatee tangled in a fishing net, he snipped and pulled and would not stop until the manatee was free. The manatee told the story to his children, and they told the story to their children, like grandpas and fathers tell stories about their families. The manatee all caught up in the net, and Turtle saved the day. The Old Turtle would never be forgotten. Once upon a time, there was an thank you. The Old Turtle would never be forgotten. That's all the manatees telling the stories about the turtle. Once upon a time, there was an old turtle. There's several of the fish and the different creatures gathering around talking about the old turtle. He was a wonderful teacher and a friend, and he loved to laugh and have fun, and he explored the unknown, discovered great things. He showed kindness and strength, and he made his world a better place. When he was done, the ocean took him back. But what he left behind was only the beginning. There's the turtle going back to the ocean. And that's the end. So this Father's Day, you remember all the things your father taught you, and you be thankful to that, okay? Tell him thank you. You don't? Do you have a grandfather? No? Okay, well, you tell your mom then, because that means she's doing double duty. Yeah, she's doing a lot. Okay? Okay, thank you, everybody.
So remember 4-1-2, we're going to sing the kids out. Go now in peace, go now in peace. May the spirit of love surround you everywhere, everywhere you may go. The opening words are by Ben Solé. Hold fast to summer. Hold fast to summer. Enjoy with heightened appreciation these still warm days. Create more memories. Take more pictures. Enjoy a bit of denial. Suck all the summer sweetness out of your sun-warmed garden tomatoes. Smile at someone. Squeeze a hand. Put up some jams or pickles. We store these things up as we approach uncertain times. And our summer companions will be our winter support and sustenance. In celebration of the changing seasons, we gather today in community. And now comes a time that's special for a lot of us in our community. It's the sharing of joys and sorrows. In our community, we make time each week to share pieces of our lives with one another. We do this because each person has value. Each person's experiences matter. We take a pebble from the clear bowl and place it into the water to represent the rippling effects of sharing. We begin, as always, with joys. Does anyone have a joy to share? Please come to the microphone. It's too dear to share. Now, please take a moment of silent meditation, prayer, or contemplation. Then we will sing from the gray hymnal, number 123, Spirit of Life. Originally, when I was planning this service, it was going to be entirely solstice, summer solstice celebration. But when I was doing more and more of my research, and it was going to have a little bit of Father's Day, I realized that in contrast to the almost veneration of Mother's Day, there really isn't all that much stuff in celebration of Father's Day. And I found that interesting, perplexing, and troubling. So that's why I kind of shifted my focus to be more of a Father's Day celebration. So I'm going to read something to you, and then I'm going to ask you to think about some of the things that we're going to be discussing. I just realized my pages are out of order. One moment. And this reading is by Ryan Urey. The Complex Feelings of Father's Day. Father's Day is an important time to check in with the complex feelings this day may invoke. The ideal of the wise, patient, loving, all-knowing provider was never more useful as a television trope. At best, this ideal gives people a positive role of child rearing to aspire to, but at worst, it casts patriarchy in a benevolent light as the natural order of things. And it also creates an impossible standard for new fathers to live up to that denies the messy, frustrating realities and constant feeling that are part and parcel of parenthood. Sometimes it feels like Father's Day is more about enshrining a myth than it is about facing the realities of fatherhood that often falls so short. For some of us, the story of fatherhood is about love, acceptance, and guidance. But for others, it is a story of rejection, abuse, shame, or abandonment. For some, it is the story of nurturance, but for others, it is marked by frustration and resentment. A story of burdens and unrealized dreams. For some, fatherhood is the longing for children, unborn or lost to death or estrangement. Many of us have no father story at all. Whatever your story and your feelings about having or not having, being or not being a father, we honor your unique experiences this day. And I invite you to let your experience be what it is without measuring against false idols. While your Father's Day may be anything but a celebration, the force of this idea of father affects us all in one way or another. Let us take a moment to go inward and experiences the thoughts and feelings we have around the concept of father. If what you're feeling is love, then I invite you to bask in that warmth and let it feel you. If what you're feeling is pain or rage, then hold them gently and listen as it wails its lament. If what you feel is sorrow, let yourself be slowly rocked by its waves. And if what you are experiencing is longing of a child abandoned, then cradle that inner child and offer it the unconditional acceptance and love that it yearns for. Blessed be. Now take a moment or two to calm yourself or reorganize your thoughts. And if you would like, please come to the microphone and share your thoughts about fatherhood, either ideal or real life examples of your experience as a child with a father, as your experiences as a father or a grandfather, or any of those.
And we spend time really reflecting on our commitment to each other and the father-children thing. I mean, it's deep. I'm still working through it. It's pretty amazing what I'm feeling right now. But thanks for bringing it up. Gave me an opportunity to look very freshly at it.
When it comes to my dad, I guess I have mixed emotions, some good, some bad. Nobody's perfect, right? And sort of like Ken, my dad spent most of his time working. Of course, he had 10 kids, so he spent a lot of time just trying to make ends meet, and so I don't diss him for that. But he wasn't very emotional, and it wasn't until after he retired he started thinking about things, and it's the first time he ever said, "I love you, I'm proud of you," to me. And but I have to say, there was this next door neighbor, Pat. He was the same age as me, and we became really good friends. And his dad was coach of a little league team, and he kind of took me under his wing. I think he noticed that my dad was always working, so he kind of like, why don't you just join the baseball team? We'll have fun, you know. And I mean, he didn't say that in words, but I tried out and I sucked. I'm probably the worst baseball player ever. But he let me play. He let me swing and miss. And he was almost like a second dad to me, and that was pretty cool. But I asked my daughter one time, she had just grown up, and I was really thinking about how did I do, you know? So I did the stupid thing and asked her, so what do you think of me as a dad, you know? And one thing she said is, well, you could have been home more. And I'm like, I'm just like my dad. You know, I'm working all the time. Well, I was in ministry at the time, so I wasn't at home much. And I don't know, I almost made this my sorrow. But I tried not to be like my dad. I tried to be there for my kids. I don't know where I'm ending with this, but all our kids, Jamie and I both say our kids, even though all the crap we went through raising them in the circumstances that we were in, they turned out great. And I can't give any credit to that because I don't know how it happened, but I really love my kids, and I try to hug them every time I see them. And it's hard for me to say I love you. I have a hard time saying those words, but I'm working on it. So happy Father's Day.
Again, I apologize about the allergies. For those of you that don't know me, my name's Ben. My tag's out there. I was late. I didn't put it on. My dad and both of my parents grew up in the heart of Appalachia, in the heart of Depression era. My mother remembers where she was at when she heard of Pearl Harbor at the ripe age of, I think, 19 or something. But they had known losses that are beyond my comprehension. And my father was in a very horrifically brutal home. I really don't want to shed too much on that, but he never really, to him, integrity was everything. He was a very strong-willed man. He started working a moonshine still when he was 14 after he'd already been drinking moonshine for a couple of years. He ended up going in the Army, and they kicked him out because he had ulcers from but he had an alcoholic's temper, and you had no idea where it was coming from. You'd be talking, and the next thing you know, you're over in the corner, you know. So, but my mother taught me the foundation of loving, and so it worked out.
Good morning. I'm Lorna, if you don't know me. I'm going to take a little different side on this. And first of all, for those of you who longed for a loving father or who had a rough childhood, I send my sincere sympathies. I can't comprehend that. My father, to me, he was my hero. He was the definition of what a father should be. He worked full-time. We lived on a farm. He had a full-time job in town, and he also took care of the animals and also spent, his 3 daughters were his life. I mean, he had time to ride down the snow hill on a toboggan with me, and he took me fishing on Sunday afternoons and took me out into the woods to cut down our Christmas tree. He was up at 4 o'clock in the morning to hide Easter eggs so we wouldn't see him. He was just wonderful to us. I have no bad memories at all of my father. Unfortunately, he was then taken from us with an illness when I was only 12. But I think those years that I was so blessed with everything he gave us have stayed with me so long. And maybe I had more than my share in those 12 years, and that's why he was taken so early. But he was wonderful. It was a wonderful experience, and I am very blessed and thankful to have had him.
I am Ellen, and I've thought a lot about my dad in the last week or so because we lost him to taking his own life 6 years ago. And it was a very complicated relationship for my whole life. Sorry. But I have fond memories of him, and I know that he had extreme mental health struggles, and so I always post about him and post the suicide prevention hotline and make sure that that doesn't go forgotten because, you know, although we had a complex relationship, he still missed, and there were the positive parts that I like to remember. But the good thing is that I have been able to go on and marry someone who is the definition of an amazing father. And that was the biggest thing that I hope to do someday with creating a family, was giving them what I didn't have. And so I am just so extremely grateful that there are amazing fathers, and that my husband is an amazing father to our 4 children, and they won't ever have to know that kind of hurt because he has shown them so much love, and he teaches them all the time, and he is so much to be celebrated today. So I love that now I get to look at Father's Day in that, you know, missing my own father and remembering him, but also just having someone so worthy to be celebrated. So just wanted to share that.
Sorry, I'm sniffling before I even get up here. I'm Nick Messer, her husband and my children's father, and I've struggled with my father, who's passed away as well. For my whole life, I heard the phrase of "you're just like your father." Oh, you're just like your father, and I had a lot of negative connotations in association with my father. And before he passed, we had no contact with my father because of who he was as a person. But then as I explored a lot of my childhood, which I don't remember much of because of a lot of child abuse, I started to realize that he might not have been the person that I was told he was, and that maybe he was, he didn't know who he was. I learned a lot about his past, and I feel like maybe he was the kind of person who was kind of left on the spectrum of some level of not understanding, and that he just kind of lived his life being told he was a bad person. So
question that traditionally a father would have, or how to teach children, to have a strong male and female and or non-binary role models, was more of this discussion in my community. So Father's Day and thinking about fathers isn't automatic for me. So that's why it was kind of June, oh yeah, let's do solstice. And then, oh yeah, it's Father's Day too. What am I going to do? So that's kind of the switch up for the theme and the focus of today's service. So Molly, is there anyone online that would like to share their thoughts or feelings?
No, thank you.
Does anyone else have something to share before we move on? All right, our closing hymn will be in the gray hymnal, number 318. We would be one.
As I was working on this song, I found it interesting. In case you think I don't know this song, it's the same music as "This Is My Song," which we've done before quite a few times. So same tune, different words.
Thank you, Earth, for co-creating with me. You are free to go, but you are welcome to stay. And turn to your right. Thank you, water, for co-creating with me. You are free to go, but you are welcome to stay. Turn again. Thank you, fire. You are free to go. Oh, excuse me. Thank you, fire, for co-creating with me. You are free to go, but welcome to stay. Thank you. Excuse me. Thank you, air, for co-creating with me. You are free to go, but you are welcome to stay. And now we're going to extinguish the flame. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth. Please bring the peace that is within you into the greater world. Be well.